We are live. It's the Behind the Counter podcast right here at Insane Games TV. It is a Monday, September 20th. We got Mike, Steve, and myself here, ready to go for another week here on the channel. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Gentlemen, how's it going?
I'd say my weekend was pretty good.
Mine too.
Lamar went off for 34 points.
And you had all 100 drivers in the top 12 in points.
Oh yeah.
I guess we both can celebrate that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, not too bad of a weekend. I'm busy here in the store. Good, a lot of different transactions going on, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Steve and I celebrating a little bit. All the 100 guys got in. If any NASCAR fans are here, it was the Bristol race on Saturday night. One of my favorites of the year. Under the lights, 500 laps, 500 miles. 16 people in the playoffs, only 12 make it.
It was before that got eliminated. Kurt Busch was very sad. I like Kurt Busch. He's turned around since his spry young days of.
So what was the rundown with that fight that happened? Who was guilty? Who was innocent?
I think it was just a racing incident. They both got pissed off at each other. What happened was.
He's just gonna keep doing. He's a troll every time we go live.
What happened was they were racing for the lead, Elliott and Harvick, and Harvick went up, clipped Elliott's tire, caught the tire. Elliott had to pit. And then when Elliott came back out, he came back out right in front of Harvick, pretty much blocking him the whole time, letting Larson go by. And then Harvick attempted to take out Larson a couple times on the back straightaway with 2 to go. While he was trying to pass.
So it was just messy all around.
Oh, yeah.
So the first hit, though, was that on purpose or an accident? The very first one that cut the tire?
Let me break down the story in a little bit of a different
angle. Based on the events on the track.
And I remind Steve that he's a Hendrick Motorsports fan when we talked about these situations. When they were coming off of, it was either turn 2 or turn 4. I don't know what straightaway it was. It was Harvick, it was Chase Elliott, and it was Kyle Larson all battling for the lead, right? Harvick, Elliott, Larson was the order. Lap car got in the middle. I think it was like the 52 car or 54 car.
Probably.
Got in the middle. Elliott kind of pushed him to the side. Well, then Harvick went up the track into the left front corner panel of Chase Elliott, which cut his tire down.
Maliciously, though?
Doesn't matter. He went up and hit him. The point of contact is, okay, Harvick should not be upset with Elliott in any manner at this point. Because he's the one that just cost Chase Elliott the lead. Chase Elliott had to pit. Ironically, Chase Elliott came right out in front of Kevin Harvick, who then proceeded to slow him up the entire next 25 laps.
So wait, the guy that crashed him into the wall was mad at him after still?
Yeah, apparently.
So he crashed the guy into the pit, and then he was pissed that he sent him.
Well, let me finish it. So I can only imagine to be the case. I don't know if I'm wrong, but Chase Elliott then was in front of in front of Harvick. Now, if you're Harvick and you just crashed this guy who was leading as well, do you try to pass him?
He tried with all of his might,
or is Chase Elliott? No, I don't think he got near him that much. Did he?
He was really trying to get around him, but Elliott would not budge.
No, and Elliott was blocking. Elliott was not, and quite frankly, I think if Kevin Harvick got to the front of him, I think Chase Elliott would have taken him out.
Oh yeah.
So Harvick's probably not going to push the buttons too much. Well, in the meantime, you have Hendrick teammate of Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, coming up, doesn't need to slow down. He's flying up with 2 laps to go, passes him. Okay, and Larson then does the very same thing that Kevin Harvick did to Chase Elliott, kind of gets in front of him.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick tries to take him out a little bit. Kyle Larson wins. So then Harvick was upset with Chase and went down and kind of bumped into him on pit road. And they got out and they got into if I'm Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick doesn't owe me a bump and run. People are like, oh, when they get on the track, when Harvick sees, what? Harvick crashed Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Well, what is Harvick going to? Well, Harvick has no course of remedy here.
Yeah, based on what you're saying, it sounds like it was all the one guy being a jerk.
I would say it's probably even now. I would say
something's gonna happen at either Vegas, the Roval, or Dega, and it's gonna be big.
Plotting revenge like that.
I don't think much of it can happen at Dega. You're not taking out. Let's be honest, Steve. You're not taking out and dealing with rivalries at Talladega or Daytona.
You can just leave them in the dust. Like
you could, but Las Vegas, on the other hand, which is this week, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
There's room for bumping and run or spinning people out of Las Vegas. Talladega, with all the cars bunched together, you would have to be a fool to try to take someone out of Talladega.
Be quite entertaining to see.
Maybe. You see him in turn 2, go down deep, bump in the corner, spin him up. That could work.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, little heat. Kevin Harvick got booed from everyone in Bristol.
Was there any physical altercation that took place?
There was some.
There was Harvick never took off his helmet, but Elliott did, and so he got the pointing to the face.
And at the end, they were starting to shove a little bit.
Yeah.
Then they met in the hauler and after the race.
They were talking outside of in pit road, and I guess Harvick's PR guy for Kevin Harvick Incorporated was trying to start something, so Harvick pretty much told him to fuck off, and they went in Elliott's hauler to discuss.
No, that was a newspaper writer.
No, that was Harvick's PR guy for his.
The guy that was with them.
Yeah, the one that was just standing there the whole time
with a white shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. He was there, yeah. And then he tried to say something to Chase Elliott, and Chase Elliott basically told him to go F off. But in the meantime, there's another guy behind them. Mm-hmm. He's a reporter. They said he's a reporter for something, and he's videotaping the thing. And Kevin Harvick goes over and tells him to stop videotaping. They're trying to talk. Then he goes back and he talks to Chase, and then the guy puts his phone immediately back up and starts filming it. So Kevin Harvick goes over and is like, "Come on, dude, stop." And then they come back, and then Chase Elliott goes, he's still here filming, and so they both take off, and they go into Chase Elliott's hauler at the end.
So they made up then?
I don't know. No. They walked out with speed. Kevin Harvick walked out with speed walking pretty fast, so I don't know. We'll see what they really made up or not.
Just the whole weekend was really good when it came to racing.
Say, well, if the PR guy's in there all like that, could you say it was staged how mad they were getting?
No. Harvick almost smashed his glasses on top of his car.
I mean, I could see
Kevin
Harvick.
I don't think was, but
I could see Kevin Harvick trying to put his name back into relevance by being a little extra hothead than what he normally is. Chase Elliott is just being Chase Elliott. The guy got crashed. I mean, he's just upset in general. But I haven't seen that angry of a Kevin Harvick. Can you agree with that? In quite some time.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for a little rivalry on the track, it's time for me to get my name up into the excitement of things. It's been a boring season for Stewart-Haas Racing.
I haven't seen that look in Harvick's eye since actually 2011 when he did the same exact thing to Kyle Busch at Darlington when Regan Smith won his
So he has a
Cup
history
race.
of it.
He also climbed over Ricky Rudd's car trying to get at him too.
First off, Kevin Harvick back in the day was the Kyle Busch. He was the rough rowdy, he was getting involved in a lot of heated tempers and a lot of heated arguments. Kevin Harvick was, back in the day, was maybe a little bit under a wild Tony Stewart. Am I right with that?
Oh, yeah.
Tony Stewart's way up here. And Kurt Busch, you like Kurt Busch now, Steve. Kurt Busch was quite frankly, there's wild like Tony Stewart, and then there's crazy like Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch was crazy back in the day. Like flipping out at people and dropping F-bombs and going through pit road and trying to aim for people on pit road. It was crazy.
He threatened to beat the shit out of reporter Bob Pockers during an interview.
And then he got suspended.
Yeah.
That's what will happen if you do those kind of things, but that is pretty funny. Well, I guess we'll see what makes of them. When do they race again? Sunday?
Las Vegas is Sunday. So, but my favorite race of the season. We do have some interesting ones coming. Talladega, boring.
Are they starting right next to each other?
Oh, that's how it always works. They probably are. They'll probably be right next to the haulers, right next to each other. That's how it always works.
I'll have to see the once it comes up. I can see the starting lineup because I believe it's the top 12 in points are going to be in the top 12, and then it's going to be based on however.
Which is stupid.
Hopefully next year we'll see everything go back to normal with qualifying and practice.
Yeah, I know, right? But so that was some NASCAR watching this weekend. You obviously had some fantasy football this week.
I mean,
we won't care. I don't care too much to engage in.
I don't think you would. If I were you, I wouldn't want to engage either. It's been a rough 2 weeks for you. But
Not at my fault.
Tyler from No Look beasted on Dan this week. Not over, technically.
It's not over.
Let's say a miracle took place tonight. Dan could still win, but a miracle took place with me, with Lamar Jackson last night.
Weirder stuff has happened.
But although Zach could still win as well.
Anything can happen. I don't think anyone's really, well, besides the ones that are like completely over. You know,
There's a few that are all the way over, but
there's some that are just completely over. Like
everyone's
played.
But Dan 0-2, me hopefully 2-0.
I mean, I don't know. I hope for something. You know what? Here's the only thing I hope for. I hope for a little bit of sweatiness on Tyler's part. I hope a little bit of, oh my God, this guy's starting to come. Like, I wouldn't mind a quick 10 points right off the bat. And have it where I'm within 10 points. I wouldn't mind having to have Tyler sweat it out a little bit.
That wouldn't be bad if he just got like a 70-yard touchdown off the bat for like 14 points.
As long as I can make Tyler sweat it out a little bit, then I want to get more mad. If I lose by like 5-6 points, I'm going to be pissed. Because I had Dak Prescott that only got 8. Which is
really where the betrayal was the biggest.
Yeah, the fact that Dak Prescott only got like 8.7, 8.86 or something like that is ridiculous.
You don't take Dak to get under 10 points. But,
no.
And then in a matchup against the Chargers, you'd think he would do well. But
you think it's a classic. And of course, we won't mention the other factors that Tyler just has a defense that has 0 points scored against. I mean, when's the last time there's been a complete shutout in the NFL? When's the last time there's been a complete shutout
I don't know the exact
in the
time,
NFL?
But it normally happens a few times a year.
What?
Normally happens once or twice a year.
There's not many zeros in the football.
Once or twice is pretty rare out of 16 games a week. But it does happen.
Nonetheless, Tyler got 22 points from his defense, 17 points from his kicker, and Dak got me 8.
That was where
end of the road. The road continues.
I say defense and kicker are extremely underrated positions in fantasy, but year in and year out, where they're taken is super, super late. But maybe that's because people think they can always switch it up through matchups every week, but doesn't hurt to hold a stud there.
What?
Doesn't hurt to hold the best kicker or the best defense early if you can get it.
Regardless, I wasn't all that pleased.
You hate to see it. And then it's me and Dan next week, so.
Nah, then after Mike, I got like 3 more of the hardest people in the league.
After me, he's got last year's champion, and then he's got the professor.
Nico.
But
I heard, by the way, Nico's on the dream team last week. Were you and Tom discussing the whole episode of fantasy?
He didn't do so well in the pick'ems at the end, but he said he picked the Jets. I don't know whoever picks the Jets and bets money on them, but
who picks the Jets?
Nico picks the Jets. Nico bets on the Jets against the Patriots. Pretty disgusting. What are you giggling at?
Not you.
But we'll save a lot of the fantasy talk for probably the other shows.
We can talk a little bit about it.
You said you don't want to discuss it.
Well, yeah, we can.
My matchup was against your sister's boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And last week his team was very impressive. Second highest scoring this week. He might not score 60 or 70 points.
It's true.
So I have a bit of a lucky streak going there.
So, I mean, outside of fantasy this week and outside of NASCAR, we actually had some busy weekend in here. We've had a lot of pop trade-ins. It's funny how, I was saying to one guy that came in with this collection, it's like we'll go like a month or two without these major collections, and all of a sudden we just get like 8 of them. They just keep coming.
Yeah.
Keep coming. I don't know if it's like when one person, because we post on Facebook that we got a collection. I don't know if it's one person sees that we bought one, maybe I'll get rid of mine now, or maybe I'll get. It's like, but it always leads to like. So we had a huge pop trade in earlier in the week, and we had a smaller one come in, and then
I think we had like 4.
Yeah, we had like 4 pop trade-ins, and then Saturday we get the guy that comes in with like 400 video games. That was a huge collection that we ended up
all
buying.
Really cool ones too. So let's say for Game Boy Advance, DS, A couple of the new systems, Switch, PS4,
A
Xbox,
ton of Switch games.
PS3.
GameCube, which we needed badly.
We got like 3 rows of Switch games out of it. I mean, we needed. Well, where we got. I mean, actually, we got a little bit of everything. We needed PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Okay, it kind of gave us a little bit of a back filler for PlayStation 3 and 360. We really needed the 3DS games. We really needed the DS games. We actually really needed the DS games.
Yeah.
Or GBA.
Oh, and then we got Vita as well.
Vita,
a bunch of
we
Vita
really
games.
helped out Vita. And then we got Wii and Wii U. I mean, really, we got a variety of everything we needed.
Funnily
we really
enough,
couldn't ask for a better trade-in.
Nico got a PS Vita in while we were out looking for diecast.
Well, he got a PlayStation Vita traded in.
He comes out to me. I think I made a mistake. I'm like, oh boy, what? He goes, hey. He goes, we have, he was like, I took a Vita in. I'm like, okay. He goes, and it says 80 in the computer, but I dropped down to 50. I'm like, okay. He goes, so yeah. I go, what's wrong with that? I go, does it work? He goes, well, yeah. The guy had it all out. And he was testing it for me and showing me all the buttons and everything. And everything worked. Well, that's probably a pretty good deal then. We'll sell for. I mean, we sell them for a good amount, and $50 trade-in isn't that bad for them.
They are pretty wanted for the homebrew scene, much like PSPs are.
What I don't understand though is he said he went on the GameStop. Cause I always say now, Nico, if you ever get confused about trade-in price, just go to GameStop's website because they outline all the. You can look up trade-in values on GameStop because they have 1 cent for it,
which is very strange. Must have been something going on there, but
do they not take them in anymore? Can you
That's
not buy
what I
Vitas
thought,
at Game? Yeah, see, look it up. See, can you not buy? Do they sell Vitas? They you know what they probably do, and they probably have them like $1.89 or something.
Let's find out.
But yeah, for trading, they're 1 cent. They're literally 1 cent.
They probably wouldn't give 1 cent. But
It says at 1 cent, credit and cash, 1 cent.
Nope. They have the AC adapter and the memory card.
So they're not selling them at all anymore.
Nope.
I wonder why.
I wonder
the
how many
shop's
people-
getting ready to shut down. They probably don't
Still,
want to
you
deal
can
with
play,
that.
you can still buy one and play games on it.
That's what I would think. You can just buy the hard games and everything. But
That really doesn't make much sense.
I wonder how many like PS Vitas have brought in. They're like, oh no, we can't sell this. Okay, can you get rid of it then?
yeah, we probably have just a whole humongous box full of dead Vitas.
So, so also on the trade, so Mike and I like the whole way through, like there's got to be something with this trade. I'm not gonna go over the specific, but what we got it for and the price per game, and so on. And it is a pretty nice collection. Like, where's the catch here? Like, where is there something that's not like, because he gave them up at a pretty good price for us, and we ended up finding a few fakes.
A couple bootlegs, not fakes.
So explain
Say
to me.
fakes is a little bit of
Okay,
even
so
worse.
explain to me. They're Pokemon.
Yeah.
Explain to me the difference between a bootleg and the real one.
They're normally made of cheaper plastic. They don't have an internal battery. And normally when you start them up, it'll say something about like firing up something or yeah, that's not in the normal Pokemon when you put it in. I'm not sure if you can trade with other Pokemons. I'm assuming not.
Right.
If you were to try to trade with another like system link thing. And if there's no battery, I'm not sure if the berries would work, but maybe since they're newer, they don't need it.
Is there something with the E?
Oh, you're saying how you can tell?
How can you tell too?
Well, normally it's way too new looking.
Well, yeah, but isn't the E like straight and not curved? The E for everyone, for the rating of the game. I think a normal one is slanted,
Yeah.
and the fake ones are straight.
That's one way, I guess, but the main thing is if you look at the Nintendo thing, they have a special O that has like a diamond almost in the middle. And then if it's fake, it'll just have like a default O at the end of Nintendo. And also the dot above the I in Nintendo will be a square on a real
Maybe
one.
that's what I'm talking about.
And then fake ones, it's a circle. But
That might be what I'm talking. I knew there's something on the label that signifies a bootleg one, and then one that signifies the real one.
I mean, if you're looking for like a no holds barred experience of Pokemon or whatever game, like a reproduction card or bootleg.
yeah, if
It's
you
not
just
too
want to
bad.
play the game and you're not a collector, then it's a perfect thing for you to do.
So we do have them, but we are going to discount them way down.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're
Obviously, we can't sell them for the full value. But hey, I mean, if it helps someone, why not?
I believe I put them at $29.99.
And give them a little chance.
Put you in the table.
So then on top of that, so we had a couple of the bootleg. What else, value-wise? We had a lot of. I mean, what were some games that surprised you that we got that were pretty high end in value?
We had all 3 of the good Castlevania games on DS, which is nice to see. Was it Order of Ecclesia, Portrait of Ruin, and Dawn of Sorrow? So that was pretty cool.
There was a PS2 game that was like pretty high up there as well. I don't remember specifically which one.
But literally, like, all of them were high-quality games, like JRPGs and other things like that. So
A lot
this
of
guy was
anime
definitely
games,
collecting.
too,
Yep.
which-
Yep.
We had a ton of. We had a little bit of, it was really a little bit of anything. He had a troll. It's classic Ash. By the way, this is the first time Ash has been on TV. You can kind of see him a
He
little
tried to
bit.
bite my hand there.
Hey, come here. Sit. Relax. Stop being an on-air troll. Stop. But stop. Yes, he's saying hello. But yes,
He's getting riled
at the end of
up.
the day, what?
He's getting riled up.
At the end of the day, very valuable trade-in that I think we're all relatively happy with, and I think we'll make definitely filled in a lot of empty wall space. It filled in a lot of the systems that were really low in. I thought he was really being a troll right
He's
now.
grabbing his leash and he's pulling it as hard as he can.
Here. Sit.
He was being good
Sit
there for a
down,
good boy.
down.
There
Stay.
it is.
I had to
Stay.
actually move a bunch of Xbox 360 games into like a
Yeah.
Another
I'll put him in.
line.
I'll be right back. I'll put him in the thing.
He's had enough. Time for timeout. Boo! Were you saying you had to make a whole nother row for 360?
yeah, it's like
We have a
take
lot of
bunch them.
360 games right now, which back in the day wasn't easy to do.
Once that hits a couple years, once that hits the retro market,
Yep.
fly much like GameCube and Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, back in the day we'd have like Xbox games and PS2 games were worthless at one point, but now they're starting to surge back up.
Well, that's what I get for trying to keep him next to us the whole time.
Last episode he was a good boy.
Yeah, see that's our relationship is built on trust between him and I. when I can trust him to do something, I keep letting him do it until he breaks that trust. Like he's back. Last time he sat here the whole time and it was chill. He was no longer chill, so he's back into his
His playpen. But
All right, so where else are we talking about? So we had the big trade in this weekend, a lot of pops. And we actually had some cool pops coming today. The DC, I'm trying to think what the series is. The DC, we had the Flash, Wonder Woman, and we have Green Lantern, but they're like wearing this armor. You know what that would be? They're wearing like this armor in the box that have like gold trim around the outside. They're not part like the back of the box doesn't have all the pops included. It's just they're like solo. But they might be part of a series because we got Green Lantern, we got the Flash, and we got Wonder Woman in.
oh, okay.
Very
What did you
weird.
say? They're just gold versions of them?
No. They're like normal. They're the pop figure, but they're wearing this armor. But the outside of the box has like this gold trim on it. I'm not quite sure what type of series
I'll have
it
to go
is.
take a look
It's
at
like
them.
403. Pop Heroes type of 403. Like one of them's one of their numbers is 403. Probably under the hero category. But so those are pretty. The Flash one pretty neat. I think we might have sold one too already.
Is it? Yeah, the Imperial Palace pops.
So what is that?
They look cool. That's
Yeah, they look cool.
Oh, okay.
What's the Imperial Palace?
oh,
don't
they're Chinese mythology. Like the armor was like Chinese and Japanese mythology looking.
No, either way, I mean they're pretty cool looking. But
Which
we got
ones did they come out with?
we came out with I don't know which ones. It doesn't say in the back of the box, but the ones that we've gotten in are Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern.
There's also a Superman one.
Okay, they're probably all obviously DC characters.
Because I've seen the Batman ones,
I haven't seen.
but I thought that was based off that show when they had the Ninja Batman. But
Where'd you see Batman ones? Like Target?
that's just the first one that came up. And I think we have had them in the store a couple of times. Imperial Palace.
It does say Imperial Palace, but they don't look like that.
Oh, here it is.
Harley Quinn, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Superman on the Funko website.
No Batman?
Okay. Those
Unless
are pretty
that's
sick.
like a newer one.
Right there.
Yeah, that's them. So no Batman, though.
Yeah,
Like, how
so
did-
they
how
make
did-
different sets.
But I
So
wonder how they make them. How they decide to include the Flash and not Batman.
because they already have Batman.
Splash TV show that's, I think, still going on.
That's
They
the
got-
rest of the Justice
We got
League
another
they just
Dragon
put
Ball
out.
Z pop that came out.
Which one?
I don't know. They all look the same to me.
Yeah, give me a head. Normally, Steve gives me the heads up whenever we get Dragon Ball Z
They
product.
just came in today.
I think it's like
It's always a Super Saiyan. I couldn't see it from a
Super
back.
Saiyan, Guten, whatever their last names are, Ganton,
Goten.
whatever.
it did have noodles on it. I read the
He's
box.
eating a bowl of noodles.
I'll go get him.
Wow. Chippity chop chop.
We might as well see him, right?
He's eating a bowl of noodles. What more is there to describe?
We also got a Rey Mysterio pop that
WD Rey Mysterio pop came in.
looks pretty
Brand
cool.
new one. And we had one more that came in. I don't know. We've gotten a lot of Parks and Recs. We've got a lot of Seinfeld. Moved the Seinfeld ones around. Of course, I saw one immediately. I got one. There we go. So I guess me moving around makes it a little bit more. I moved them up a little bit. What? Well, you don't have that one?
You said go 10, but it is go hot.
Is there a difference, man? Is that really a difference?
Way cooler, brother. Way cooler.
With noodles.
The noodles. That's cool to me, but not much to say on it.
No. But nonetheless, another Dragon Ball Z one in. They come in a few pickings. I think we have a bunch of them on order, but they randomly come in. I wouldn't mind just getting a bunch of them at one time. Like having a nice Dragon Ball Z display. But,
I saw we're gonna be getting in a Asuka from WWE.
yeah, we got that coming in. We had quite a few of them
What
coming
was
in.
her saying? Are
Don't
you
ask
ready
me.
for her, or
Who?
Ahsoka?
Asuka?
Asuka, yeah.
What's her saying?
I forget what was what would they say about her? Are you ready for her? Is that what they said?
Oh, I never kept
You're not
track.
ready for Asuka or something like that.
I can't keep track of her catchphrases. Well, she doesn't speak English.
They
anytime
used to
she's
say
not-
they had a good one that I used to say, but
She doesn't speak English. So when she comes out, she's doing she's saying always, and then it's like everyone's just like what? Like 'cause no one knows. And I mean, I guess the people who know what she's saying knows, but like they're just they kind of make like a gimmick out of it. And you still say that you can tell by her tone of voice if she's upset or not. But I haven't watched WWE in a while, so I have no idea what her current storylines are or anything, or what they say. Who knows what they say? They probably switched it. One minute she's good, then next minute she's bad, then she's off TV, then she's back on TV. No. But yeah, we got Rey Mysterio in for WWE, so that's a cool pop. Nico saw that. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's a WWE fan. You should ask Nico next time we see him.
yeah,
He would know that.
he would know.
I know I sent a picture to my buddies Brandon and Dustin, who are huge wrestling fans.
I didn't realize you were part of a wrestling match.
Dustin does a CCW just as a project.
The
I'm
champion of championships, right?
Yeah, championship
I say,
wrestling.
me and Steve were working, and he showed me a delightful home wrestling series.
Wait, so what's the name of it? It's Champions Championship Wrestling?
Yep. Dustin created it as a school project for one of the classes, and yeah, he's turned it into a different kind of a series, and it's a lot of fun.
And you're the referee.
Yep, Harry Lemon,
That's your name?
Harry Potter because of the glasses, and a joke of John Lemon.
What's the joke?
John Lennon, but lemon.
Yeah.
What?
John Lennon, but lemon.
I don't get it.
You know John Lennon, the
Yeah.
He has the glasses. too.
lemon. instead of Lennon.
But, okay, is that okay? What's that? what's the thing about it? I don't get it.
Killing me, Dan.
What?
Killing me.
Just say lemon instead of
That's
It's
all it
just
is.
a friendly
So Harry
joke.
Lemon's your name.
Yes, and then Dustin's Extreme. That's another project that he did for him and Brandon did for college. It's a lot of fun.
So I've seen Brandon come in here just a few times here or there, trade some stuff in and chill and stuff. So that was pretty funny to see him involved in an all-out brawl with Extreme.
I get to take a super kick next time I go out.
Steve, you can't tell people what happens.
I'm not gonna spoil the ending of the match.
True.
I don't even know how the match ends.
So were you a ref for us at one point as well? During the pickleball tournament?
Yeah!
So I thought I've seen that ref shirt before. So Steve is
Building
official
himself
ref.
up as an official ref in many categories.
I didn't know we were working with Harry Lemon last time.
You gotta make your official names. You gotta put that on your shirt. Referee Lemon.
Mr. Lemon.
H. Lemon.
I prefer Dr. Wiley in the store.
I think just the doctor.
I gotta get my old chef's coat from when I
The
worked at Price
doctor's
Chopper.
here. We have the doctor. So we have Nico's the professor. We have Steve's the doctor.
Then I have to think of some more names, some more medical names.
Doesn't necessarily be medical. It's just got to be something that can collaborate the best set of team. You have a professor on the team. You have a doctor on the team.
The chef.
The surgeon.
You have everyone that can cook. The chef.
I mean, I don't think you can cook.
No, I would prefer not to cook.
Dan has one meal in the arsenal and knows that chicken that he made that one time.
How was it? What was it? Was it good or bad?
It was probably like
first off, you have no idea what Dan can cook.
It's a 7 out of 10.
I'm actually very good in the kitchen.
Well, you're asking who's the chef here. So.
I don't want to be the chef. I'm by no means like some kind of special. I love it too. I lived in Florida for a long time, and I grilled all the time down in Florida. So now I come up here, and TJ, my father, and Tom, they do all the cooking, and Tom's like this grill master and all that. I was like, no one's ever asked me to cook on the grill, and I was just like, I could very easily take over cooking on the grill like that.
That is quite the skip in the family hierarchy there. When from Tom,
I cook steak.
Or I went from TJ, skipped you, and then went to Tom to carry the torch of the grill. Wow!
But no one's even come.
Not
close
even
to
his
asking
eldest
me.
born.
No,
son
not
could
only
work
not
the
only did
grill.
no one asked. It hasn't even been discussed. Like, Dan, why don't you ever cook? I may say that once on you guys. I'm gonna cook on the grill today. Like, but see, I don't use no.
I don't think anyone
either.
asks because it's pretty well known that Tom is the more experienced grill master than you.
Tom gets a lot of heat. A lot of Tom is. It's just not. I mean,
The couple times
I had some chicken last night
there.
that I was sitting there for 45 minutes going.
Chicken, I guess I never had his chicken. I've had burgers over there a couple of times that he made, and he did well. But he's like, slow and steady, baby, slow and steady.
It's all about the waiting games. They can sit there and have their cocktails. The grill's got to warm up for 45 minutes, and then it's like, let's have then we got to marinate everything, and then it hits the grill, and it's just like, turn the fucking grill on, stick the food on there, let's get this show on the road.
Well, that's how. Well, you like everything burnt, so I'm not really surprised.
I'm a well done guy.
The
I
grilling's
see
like
nothing
a
wrong with
science.
I like well done. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's kind of wrong.
Not
Gotta
really.
go full on medium rare.
I like
That's
mine.
you?
Yeah.
I like mine somewhere between that. I like it definitely cooked. My burger's cooked. I can handle a little bit more red on the steak, but
I know my.
I like everything well done. Let me go through this. I go to Panera Bread and I ask for bagels and cream cheese. I ask them for extra burnt. I want them burnt. I go, can you burn them, please? Well, I like them burn. I just stick them in. Then there's sometimes I have not gone there in probably a year. Panera Bread. I go on these kicks. Like, I'll have Panera Bread for a year, and then I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts for a year, and I'm done with Dunkin' Donuts. I'll go back to Panera Bread. Maybe I'll switch up tomorrow and do Panera Bread. I haven't done that in a while. But when I walk in there, they go, oh, yep, two extra toasty. Yep, thank you. You can smell the burning. And then she's in there going, and it's all the fire's coming through, and she's trying to quick get him out, and then you stick him in the bed. It's like they're wicked hot. So that's one example of me getting well done stuff. When we order pizza, I want it extra crispy. What else I like well done? I obviously get my steak well done. Grilled cheese I like well done, like burnt grilled cheese. I don't like my toast burnt.
But the grilled cheese essentially is toast and cheese.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay, there's a difference.
The question is, do you toast
cheese.
the grilled cheese with mayonnaise or butter?
What? Mayonnaise?
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Who the fuck does mayonnaise on their grilled cheese,
Oh, I
Steve?
hate mayonnaise.
Okay,
but when I worked at Five Guys, when we did grilled cheese, we usually did mayonnaise.
Whoa. All right. Nope. I mean, it could work, but
Really?
it's butter.
Yeah.
It's butter and cheese. The cheese, see, when you completely burn a piece of toast, first off, the toast really isn't in the toaster for grilled cheese.
What?
You put your toast in the toaster for grilled cheese?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't get as burned that when you're cooking your grilled cheese. With grilled cheese, the cheese softens the bread, and so you can still get it. Like I still like it extra burn. I like the toast burn, but the bread, no matter what, is softened by the cheese. When you stick a piece of bread in the toaster and you burn it, it's like, and the whole thing.
Well, you soften it with the butter when you put the butter on it.
Doesn't really soften it too much.
I'm talking.
I would never eat
burnt toast.
I'm telling you what else I like. I like my Cheez-Its extra crispy. I should be known for creating that Cheez-It, by the way. The extra toasty. I said back in my high school days, I can tell you, Miss Petra Molly's class. You remember her?
Yes.
Okay, math teacher. Well, she was a math teacher, but I had her for homeroom. We would sit down for 45 minutes. I would have my can of Diet Pepsi, and I would have a bag of Cheez-Its, and that was my lunch. And I would always say, and I don't want to name all the people's names, but I would always say to them, the best Cheez-It is burned with some salt on them. And I would literally throw the Cheez-Its away. They didn't have either one of those on it. I mean, I would know the day, but I wouldn't pack them. I would be like, oh, let's clean them up, or hey, I would always, and until this day, I'll open a box of Cheez-Its and I'll examine them, and if I don't like them, it gets put away. Either Tom can finish them, or I get thrown them out. No,
about food. I've seen your brother do that all the time.
No.
They'll take one bite of something and throw it out if it's not up to standard.
No. There is no room for fooling around when it comes to having the perfect Cheez-It. When you have the perfect Cheez-It, it needs to be burned with salt on it. That is the perfect. You can have it burned. That's not the whole mixture. It needs the salt. Okay? You need salt. You can't just have salt either. I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd rather just have salt. I don't really like the burn with no salt. There's no flavor there. But you gotta have the salt. The salt gives it the flavor. The burning of the Cheez-It adds that extra zing to make it perfect.
I will say I do enjoy the extra crispy cheese.
I should get full credit for that Cheez-It. I said it when I was back in high school. That would be so many years ago.
When it came out, though, they said it was the most requested brand of all time.
Exactly.
So not you. That means half of America probably is
no one else sat there and said, the perfect Cheez-It would be burned, a little bit of salt. Nope.
I'm pretty sure the people...
They still can't get it right. Now they're sending them out burned with no salt on them.
I'm going to sit on my high horse and say the best Cheez-Its are the sweet and salty Cheez-Its that come with like the M&Ms and the pretzels and stuff. That shit is
Are they
delicious.
real Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
Or are they cheese nips? We don't discuss cheese
No, they
nips.
are Cheez-Its.
No one's ever, and I mean ever, has ever bought a Nabrisco cheese nip. They are absolutely disgusting.
We've already had this argument in the past, but I do enjoy a little change up with the cheese nip sometimes. We've discussed it.
You
SpongeBob
ever
one's not
bring
bad.
in a Nabrisco... Hey, if you ever bring in a Nabrisco cheese nip, I will crush them, dump them all over the floor, and I'll make you pick them up.
No, I'll let Ash eat them if you do that.
I will make you pick them up.
I'll bring Ash over and say, "Here you go, boy," and he'll be very happy.
They still make that one?
These cheese
I've
dips
never
are
seen
delicious.
That one.
They have the snack mix now, but I've never seen the sweet and salty with the M&Ms. That's actually probably pretty good.
Oh yeah, the M&Ms give it that extra little kick.
M&Ms are just about in everything.
The cheese and chocolate combo, though, seems a little intense.
Fair
for
is
me.
questionable. If I may say so myself, a Cheez-It really could be ruined with the addition of chocolate.
Nah,
May not be a good
It's like
combination.
a fondue
Steve.
style.
it
I
is a
mean,
pretty good
pretzels
combo.
is one thing. I think a pretzel with chocolate is perfect. Perfect.
I do like the Cheez-It Chex Mix as well.
Adding a Cheez-It with
normal
M&Ms, I'm not quite sure that's a good combination.
It appears that it is out of stock currently at Walmart. It is on the.
By the way, know what I bought? Well, he looked it up. Know what I bought at Walmart the other day? A soup mix. I hope it's still good. They don't make it anymore, so I looked online. They had it at Walmart.
Huh.
I don't know why I find that relevant,
A
but
soup mix?
it's a soup mix. They don't make it anymore, but apparently Walmart was selling them, so I bought like 8 bags.
There are no distributors available within 150 miles of this zip code
They
that
clearly
carries
don't
that
make
product.
it anymore, Steve. It probably failed.
It was delicious.
Well, yeah, it may be
Amazing.
delicious, but probably at the end of the day, very big Cheez-It lovers probably didn't like the fact of having chocolate mixed in with their perfect Cheez-It.
It's pretty good.
I mean, everyone has. First off, my version is the perfect Cheez-It, but everyone has their perfect Cheez-It. Okay, I mean, some people like the reduced fat. Some people like the original. I mean, why make the original? Does anyone really like the original? Does anyone really buy the original boxing anymore?
Maybe to mix stuff in with it, but otherwise, no.
I mean, people buy the snack mix. They buy Tom buys the white cheddar. I'm not quite sure who gets
They
that.
are delicious, but
They
they
are pretty
make
good.
The
your
white
pants
cheddar
so
one?
gross when you eat them.
Yeah, much
You-
like
They make
smart
your
food.
breath stink.
They
They
do
give you a
stink.
white thing around your mouth. They give shit all over your mouth.
That's for like
You got to wash
pure-
your hands out. There's a lot of work in eating white cheddar Cheez-Its.
They are pretty good though.
They're not good. They smell like ass.
It's
I
like
I think that's just a cheese thing.
yeah, it's
No.
like that smart food white cheddar popcorn.
Very good, by the way.
Oh,
The white popcorn version is very good. Not the Cheez-Its. Everyone, like I said, everyone has their perfect Cheez-It. Mine is the real perfect Cheez-It. But like everyone has their so what's your perfect Cheez-It?
the snack mix sweet and salty.
No. I'm not talking the combo pack, Steve.
He's
If
talking
you had to
just the
pick to
cracker.
eat just a Cheez-It, what's your perfect Cheez-It?
I haven't thought of that in a while.
First off, I
I
should
can
get,
answer first.
Yeah.
It's the Chex Mix one that has like those little bread and the pretzels and the.
Again, you're doing the
Chex
combo
Mix.
mix. We're
But the Cheez-Its taste different in it because it has a different seasoning. in
fair. Lower the eyebrows.
there. So don't ever jam me up about my Cheez-Its, man.
What's your perfect Cheez-It, Steve?
I'm thinking the Cheez-It duos that it's sharp cheddar and Parmesan.
Good point. First off, we should be getting credit. I think this would be a great campaign for Cheez-It. What's your perfect Cheez-It? Can I get credit for that? What's your perfect Cheez-It?
They won't give you credit.
They should do it, though. What is your perfect Cheez-It?
It
So-
appears that there's caramel popcorn and cheddar duos, and a cheesy taco flavored Cheez-It grooves.
What?
The grooves, those are like the chips.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
really count those.
Tastes like loaded cheesy tacos.
Yeah, I don't really count those as Cheez-Its.
Side note, Taco Bell released chips, like little chips. There was one that was mild flavored,
I saw that.
hot sauce flavored, and then the whatever it was like the chalupa or whatever.
And you can buy them in grocery stores now.
Yes, they are freaking disgusting.
They suck.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Which ones did you try?
I tried the loaded whatever it was.
The potato something?
It was like the loaded cheesy crunch wrap. And it was had like
I can
two.
see that one tasting that good, but little
And then-
Diablo sauce style. Are they tortilla chips or are they just normal chips?
They're keto friendly chips.
Oh, no wonder they stink.
Come on. Why do you guys make everything so difficult?
Let me see here. I'm looking up Taco Bell chips.
They're tortilla chips.
Okay. As I say, they should be at least somewhat like Doritos, I would think, if they're...
Oh, these are different. Taco Bell.
The fire sauce ones and the Reaper Ranch look pretty good. They have a lot of different ones. Oh, they do have the Diablo chips. They're just straight up black tortilla chips. Ah.
But I did see them there. Like, oh wow, Taco Bell's actually making their own chips now. It was slightly intriguing. But I was like,
Oh, did you have the cheddar crisps?
Yes, those. It was those.
Yeah.
Those are.
Those don't look good.
Is it me or does it feel darker in here?
It does. That one. That light's on.
Oh, the outside lights aren't on. Interesting.
Wow.
What were they called again?
Kind of relaxing.
Cheddar crisps, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, they released nacho. Those could be pretty okay.
I say we'll have to try them out. We'll have to make Dan eat some of those on the show,
so.
on the
There's-
program.
By the way, did you see they have a new apple cider Oreo? Did you see the new Oreos they have out in Target? I don't know if I'm reading that right.
I'm
Hang
sure it
on.
would taste okay.
We were just at Target too.
Oreo apple cider donut.
Oh, if it's the donut, that could be delicious.
Oh, are they donuts? Oh no, they're Oreos.
They already make a lot of different flavored Oreos. now.
That may be something that needs to be. Maybe we can look at doing that for next week. Trying some of these apple cider donut Oreos.
Absolutely.
That
Tis
sounds
the
absolutely
season.
disgusting.
Sounds amazing.
I think me and Steve will like it, but you won't.
And I love apple cider donuts. I think it's gonna be absolutely disgusting. Like, what's the cream in the middle? Still just Oreo cream?
I think that'll probably be what's the apple cider flavor, I'd guess, and then they'll probably still have the chocolate outside. Although apple cider could have the vanilla cookie, I could see that.
It's a limited edition.
Do you have did you pull it up? Do they have pictures already?
Yeah. If you type in Oreo apple cider donut, it comes up with like a yellowish bag and it has a picture of the donuts on it. But then it shows the Oreo next to it. So it's definitely an Oreo cookie.
Yep, it's the vanilla cookie. Okay.
They probably have a taste of cinnamon in the actual cookie part.
I should have went with chocolate, kind of like a. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else, like a chocolate-covered cherry.
I mean, what's next? Are we gonna have the cookie version for Christmas? Gingerbread Oreo.
There's
I
already
think they
a
already
thing.
do have that.
There's a gingerbread Oreo cookie.
I would be willing to bet, but probably a candy cane cookie.
Yes, gingerbread flavor Oreo cream sandwich cookies.
Are you fucking kidding me? $39.99 for a pack of those?
This was probably
Must be a collector's one.
yeah, either last year or the year before.
If I look up Oreo candy cane, then we're ending the stream. There is Oreo candy canes, but no Oreo cookies.
Oh,
That are,
oh,
what?
Yep, there is.
What? Where? Are you serious?
Is this one?
yep, half white, half red frost.
Well, folks, it's 6 o'clock. It is the end of Behind the Counter podcast here tonight. We got the Danny NASCAR stream coming up later with Steve, Mike, and myself. Once again, I am completely outraged by these flavors of Oreo cookies popping up. But we're done for tonight, so hang in tight there. We'll be back at it later tonight. Until next week, hope everyone has a great
Give
week.
me 1 second. I think I can completely shatter your.
Dan's already shattered.
Cherry Cola, we're done. Adios, everybody.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping
see.
You broke my nose!
I'll fix it. Nah, looks better the other way.
So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'll surrender it. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move.
Let me see.
You broke my nose!
I'll fix it.